Hey there and welcome back to Manor. Today with another creative build. Now, recently I just saw some news about this weird project, The Line from Saudi Arabia, that they are scaling it all back. Oh, what a wonder, what a surprise. But it just kind of reminded me of this weird project and I thought, you know what, why shall we not just test something like that in Manor? So we are building a Liniengrad, which which basically is the line, a little creative concept in which I tried to build the whole village only on one line, crossing the one tile we are starting with. It's not really a tile; it's like the little region we are starting with, and we had a couple of issues at the beginning with the region. So after this time lapse, I'm going to show you how the region looked at the beginning versus how it is at the end, or basically I can show you the region in its detail and which decisions I needed to take in order to get there. Surprisingly, it works pretty well because this time around I was rather lucky with the resources around. That was the sole reason why it turned out to be working pretty well. And also I think I have really gone for the perfect combination and balance of the skill points, even though it depends a little bit on, obviously what your tile offers you, what the region you're starting offers you. That obviously defines the way you go in the skill tree. For those of you who don't know, the skill tree in this early access can't be researched fully in one region alone, because the region itself only is able to go to a certain point, and once you reach this point, you don't have enough skill points to reach everything. So the idea, which I do obviously love, is that you have to claim another region and then specify this other region for a different skill, which I think is a beautiful idea. So one region is better for your fields and stuff, the other region is better for creating armor and creating weapons, and then another region would be better for some other resources. Anyways, let's jump into the game and have a look how it looks. Alright, as promised, we have a look at the region, and this is the footage of me building the line at the beginning. You can see I'm drawing all the line across this region to be able to somehow connect the best parts with each other. And you can see we have a rich berry depot and a rich iron depot, which was for me already the sign that I was going to go for deep mining. That makes sure that we have an infinite amount of iron. That is basically the best thing you can have in terms of trading, because then you can create tools and weapons and stuff and sell them on the market and gain quite a lot of money for it. And what I did also additionally is I went for the trade options, that we do not pay too much for the importing, so that you basically get rid of the fee for importing, which actually take away 10 gold or 10 currency. I've noticed it's like 10 units, I don't know what the currency is in this game, away from the import price, so making things a lot more affordable while you can actually sell a couple of things. Also, you can see this is the base layout, something I'm always starting with, and in case you have no idea how to start the game and you're just here for inspiration, I also have a tutorial for how to start in Manor. And the cool thing about this is it's more like a guideline rather than a step-by-step tutorial, because in this game it really depends a lot on how your starting area looks like. This really defines how you should start best. So it's not always the same start. It's similar, but not the same. It's quite different things that you need to go for, depending on where you are and where you are heading to. So that is something to keep in mind. But anyways, we have seen enough over here. Now with a insanely quick time lapse now ahead before we jump into the final result. Alright, so here we are in the game, and obviously it's raining. It's raining as always, but this is the finished, well, kind of finished version of our line project, Liniengrad as I called it. Yeah, I think it's looking pretty decent. I could go forward now with a couple of things, because it is surprisingly well, and there are a couple of just areas down here that could be filled in if we want to. But you can see we are with like 328 people living in here. We have quite a lot of families. We also have 153 homes. Actually, looking at that is, I'm not sure how much space we have available for them to move in, but they're moving in quite frankly the whole time, so that shouldn't be too much of a big deal. But at this point, I was about to just upgrade a lot of buildings to level 3, just to make sure that we have even more living space available for our people. making sure that everything looks nice. And maybe I'm doing this just for the sake of some screenshots, because it's kind of cool to just have all these buildings go to level 3 to just make sure that we have also a super crazy earning. You can see now we don't really have that much money because I spent the whole money on upgrading the buildings, and you can also see that planks are going down because I've been really pushing for going bigger. And I put all these fields down, even though we have a super bad like fatality in this region. I just wanted to put them down because I find they frame the whole thing nicely, so I put them down, and I'm just keeping them on fallow for the moment, and hopefully it's gonna actually it did already increase the fatality for some more years in the future. So I'm gonna keep this for a while on the lowest, and then once we are ready, I can actually put them down, so at least have a little bit of a yield. You know, I'm not expecting too much, but you know, that's that. And also, there's not really that much space left. I do have some smaller areas, like this over here is a smaller area where I could put some bakeries down, but because I can't turn any of the houses into bakeries. Oh, look at that. We can put this one on level 3 too. What I also like is that after a while, the markets all started to fill in. So you can see this is the main market, our starting region, I should say, which is already starting to look super nice. We have the rich berry depot over here, which I even doubled. I went into this one and doubled the forest management. This is the skill tree I went for. So I went into the orchardry because that was my main source of food when I checked that, you know, fatality isn't really that nice. Obviously went into trade logistics and better deals. This is what I just said. Removes the tariff from foreign imports, effectively reducing all import prices by 10. So if we go to the trade depot, you can see importing food now is very much doable with like 3, 4 and so on as an import price compared to 13, 14 and so on, which makes you basically get bankrupt at some point. And we are selling obviously a couple of things. So what we are selling, we are iron slabs are selling, and we should be selling tools too. Let me have a look if we are selling tools. Yeah, there you go. We are selling tools too. And we are importing ale because that's something I can't produce myself because of the missing barley. So yeah, this is how Leningrad looks right now, and yeah, I'm very obsessed with the looks, to be honest. I'm very obsessed. We can actually take a couple of screenshots here because it just really looks dope. It looks really good. We've got a manor over there, and just like everything fills in nicely. What I do like about this whole map is just how the whole thing, I mean, it's super handcrafted, but it just feels so endless, you know? It feels really like you are in the midst of Europe somewhere and just founding your village, and you can really not tell where the end is. So that is something I really like. Bit of a more mountainish in the background, and if we zoom all the way out, you can see this is the finished design. Oh, I like it. I like it a lot, to be honest. I like it a lot. It looks really slick. Obviously, it is just that one block, you know, from going from left to right. That is the line I was going for. And I think, you know, what would be really cool if we zoom out the region and zoom out the map, you can really see it would be like we could actually do this. Like if we would go for climbing those two next to it, we could really make this thing extend from here to here. And I think this could really look extremely nice. Like if we go all the way over here, let's say this is where the boundary is. Like if we turn around over here and have a look, I mean, imagine how it would look if we would fill the whole thing in. Like if we just continue that stream all the way down here and then also extend that to the other side. Maybe I'm doing this, like looking at it right now, this could become insane. Like if I do this and go all the way over here through that little valley, all the way extend to here. This is actually also very close to the King's Road, so that could be a good connection too. But yeah, I mean, just look at how the sun glares in there, and just like how it drops down here. That's just not really how it meant to be, but hey, I mean, this is looking so cool, isn't it? I mean, I have had a really good fun doing this, and I really hope you guys also had fun watching this video. Again, I'm trying to do more creative things as well, but I also will continue with my normal Let's Play soon. I've been on a little bit on the back foot there because it was just too much fun to try other things. And yeah, here you go. This is it. Also, I like this with this little kind of hill in the front. It just kind of looks so cool. It almost doesn't really look like a line if you're looking from over here. But I mean, you see that it is, you know, there is evidence, okay? I've just met the grid, and Yeah. Next time around would be also cool to build this and also put like burgage plots only in the center to make it even look cooler and more dense. That would also look fun. But hey, you know, this is something I could do on the other sides too. Anyhow, so let's go out of this camera to end this episode on looking at the game. And so here we are also, by the way, just to show we are good on food, good on fuel. That is all good. Anyways, have a nice time. Thank you so much for watching as always. And if you like the content, want to see more of it as well, always consider subscribing to the channel. That is the bestest help you can give me. And I will be talking to you in the next one. Have a wonderful day and goodbye.